Respect. It's not freely given, it's earned. And when it comes to women, earning their respect is not about tricks, flattery, or shallow tactics. It's about becoming the kind of man who commands respect effortlessly through his actions, demeanor, and character. Women, by their very nature, are drawn to strength. Not brute force, but the quiet, unshakable kind that radiates from a man who knows himself and lives by principles. You've seen it, haven't you? A man walks into a room, says little, but his presence alone shifts the energy. That's the respect we're talking about. Believe me, respect isn't something you demand, it's something you embody today. We will delve deep into psychological principles rooted in Stoic wisdom that will allow you to gain instant respect from any woman. These aren't gimmicks, they are truths that high-value men live by. If you've ever felt disrespected, dismissed, or even overlooked, this is for you, but be prepared. Warrior. This isn't about making you feel good, it's about confronting what needs to change before we start. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel Warrior, because every high-value man deserves to hear these truths. 1. Remain composed under pressure in the face of adversity. The measure of a Stoic man is revealed not in his words, but in his composure. Believe me, women instinctively recognize and respect a man who remains unshaken by chaos. Why? Because staying calm under pressure signals strength, a strength that is deeply rooted in discipline and self-control. Think of Marcus Aurelius, who faced invasions, plagues, and political betrayals during his reign as Roman emperor did. He crumbled. He approached each challenge with a calm and deliberate mind, knowing that panic serves no purpose. When you embody this same mindset, you show the world and the women around you that you are a man who can handle the storm without losing his way. Women, whether consciously or subconsciously, are drawn to stability. Evolutionarily, a calm demeanor represents safety, reliability, and the ability to lead. When you lose your temper or let emotions dictate your actions, you communicate weakness. But when you remain composed, whether in the middle of an argument or during a high-stakes moment, you demonstrate a level of control that demands respect. Think about this. How can anyone trust a man who is at the mercy of his own emotions? Staying calm under pressure is the ultimate signal of mastery over oneself. Epicurus said, "At best, it's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." This wisdom holds true today. Picture this scenario. A woman tests your patience. Perhaps she's late, or she throws a challenge your way to see how you'll respond. Many men fail this test by reacting with anger or frustration, revealing their lack of control. But you, the Stoic man, see such moments for what they are. Opportunities to demonstrate your inner strength. You remain calm, measured, and unshaken, showing her that no amount of external pressure can disturb your inner peace. People, especially women, respect those who bring stability to an unstable world. Imagine standing on a crumbling bridge during an earthquake. Who would you look to for leadership? The man running in circles, screaming about the collapse, or the one standing firm, analyzing the situation with clarity? Women want that pillar of strength, not just in the grand crisis of life, but in the small, everyday moments. The calm man exudes power, but this power isn't loud or boastful. It's silent and steady, like the ocean's depths. When she challenges, you stay calm when life throws curveballs. Stay calm when everyone else is losing their head. Stay calm. This simple principle is how you earn instant respect. Not just from women, but from everyone who observes your unwavering resolve. 2. Speak with authority and confidence. Confidence is the language of kings, warriors, and men who command respect without uttering a single plea. Believe me, there's no faster way to garner respect from a woman than speaking with conviction. But let's be clear, this isn't about arrogance or overcompensation. True confidence is rooted in self-belief and an unshakable understanding of your worth. Take Zeno of Citium, the founder of Stoicism. He spoke with such clarity and assurance that his philosophy influenced generations. When you speak with confidence, you follow in the footsteps of great men who knew that their words carried weight because their actions gave them meaning. Psychologically, women are wired to respond to authority and certainty. It's human nature to gravitate toward leaders who seem sure of themselves. When you speak hesitantly with doubt lacing your words, you unintentionally lower your perceived value. On the other hand, when your tone is steady, your words are deliberate and your message is clear. You instantly elevate your stature in her eyes. She doesn't just hear your words, she feels your presence. Here's where many men falter. They seek validation in their speech. They over-explain, ask for permission to be heard, or soften their words out of fear of offending. Don't make that mistake. High value, women respect a man who stands by his words, even when those words are uncomfortable. Confidence doesn't mean dominating a conversation. It means owning your voice. Imagine speaking about your passions or beliefs without flinching, even when challenged. That unyielding faith in your perspective is magnetic. Consider Julius Caesar, whose mere words could rally armies and inspire loyalty. Why? Because every syllable he spoke was imbued with purpose and belief. You don't have to be a general to channel this same energy. It could be as simple as standing firm in your opinion during a debate, or clearly expressing your desires. Without waiting in a confident man is like a lighthouse in a storm guiding others through the chaos. With his steady light, women are naturally attuned to non-verbal cues, and your voice its tone pitch. And cadence is a major part of this. A strong, calm and confident voice signals dominance and composure. It's not about shouting or being overly aggressive, quite the opposite. The more relaxed and deliberate your speech, the more commanding you appear. Epicurus once said, "First learn the meaning of what you say and then speak. Let this guide you. Don't speak just to fill the silence or to impress. Speak because you have something valuable to say." When you live by this principle, your words will naturally carry weight, and when you speak to a woman, she will sense the depth of your thoughts and the confidence behind them. Remember, confidence isn't just about your voice, it's about what your voice represents. A man who speaks confidently is a man who knows his worth, understands his purpose, and refuses to shrink in the presence of others. That warrior is how you earn respect, not just from women, but from anyone lucky enough to hear your voice. 3. Command attention. With your gaze, the eyes are the window to the soul. An ancient saying, yes, but its relevance remains eternal. Believe me, maintaining strong eye contact is one of the most potent psychological tools in a Stoic man's arsenal. Why? Because eye contact communicates confidence, authority, and an unshakable presence. Women instinctively respect a man who can hold their gaze without flinching, a man who is not intimidated by her beauty, her words, or even her silence. This isn't about staring aggressively or trying to dominate. It's about projecting your strength and groundedness through the simple act of connection. Kissing eye contact triggers a primal response in the human brain. It releases oxytocin, the bonding hormone, creating a subconscious sense of trust and connection for women. A steady gaze signals leadership, reliability, and fearlessness. Conversely, a man who avoids eye contact appears unsure of himself, weak. Even this is not the impression you want to leave. You want her to feel your presence without you having to utter a single word. Think about Marcus Aurelius when he addressed his soldiers before battle. He didn't avert his gaze. His eyes met theirs with unwavering resolve, reassuring them that their leader was in control. Even in the face of death, this same principle applies in your interactions with women. Whether you're having a light-hearted conversation or discussing a serious matter, your ability to hold her gaze will determine how much respect she grants you, but there's an art to it. Warrior maintaining strong eye contact doesn't mean staring relentlessly as if you're challenging her. It's about balance. Hold her gaze long enough to make your presence felt, then occasionally break it to avoid coming across as intense or predatory. The key is to remain relaxed. Your eyes should convey warmth, curiosity, and strength, all at once. Zeno of Citium, the founder of Stoicism, taught that mastery of the self begins with mastery of the mind, and what better way to demonstrate this mastery than through your gaze? A man who can hold eye contact is a man in control, not just of his body, but of his emotions and thoughts. He doesn't fidget or look away in discomfort because he has nothing to hide. This transparency is magnetic. Remember, the way you look at a woman matters. If your gaze is scattered, you appear unsure and ungrounded. If it's steady, you command respect, effortlessly. And respect, warrior, is the foundation of all meaningful connections. 4. Prioritize your self-worth above all. If you don't respect yourself, why should anyone else, let alone a woman, believe me? Self-respect is the cornerstone of being a high-value man. Women sense it immediately. It's in the way you carry yourself, the way you speak, and the decisions you make. Without it, you become susceptible to manipulation, disrespect, and even self-doubt. Respecting yourself first isn't just about setting boundaries. It's about living in alignment with your principles. No matter the cost, Aristotle once wrote to, "Value yourself is the beginning of wisdom." Think about what this means when you respect yourself. You make it clear to the world and to women that you are not a man who will tolerate mediocrity or disrespect. This isn't arrogance, it's the quiet confidence that comes from knowing your worth. Women are naturally drawn to men who value themselves, because self-respect is a marker of strength and integrity. People treat you the way you allow them to. If you compromise your values or bend to please others, you communicate that you don't hold yourself in high regard. Women pick up on this faster than you realize. They might test you. Cancel plans last minute, make unreasonable demands, or even challenge your beliefs. A man without self-respect will cave eager to please, but a stoic man stands firm. He respects himself too much to be swayed by external pressures. Think of Epicurus, who taught that freedom is the ability to live in accordance with your values. A man who respects himself is truly free because he is not enslaved by the opinions or approval of others. This freedom is what makes you magnetic to women. You're not trying to impress her or anyone else. You're simply living authentically, and that authenticity is rare and irresistible. When you respect yourself first, you don't need to demand respect from others. It comes naturally because people, including women, recognize that you won't accept anything less, and that warrior is the essence of being a high-value man. 5. Define and enforce personal boundaries. A stoic man is a fortress, and his boundaries are the walls that protect his inner sanctum. Without clear boundaries, you allow others, women included, to invade your space, erode your values, and disrupt your peace. Setting boundaries isn't about being rude or defensive. It's about respecting yourself and demanding the same respect from others. Believe me, a man who knows where he stands and what he will not tolerate is a man who commands instant respect from any woman. Women test boundaries. It's part of their nature, not out of malice, but to determine what kind of man you are. Will you fold under pressure? Will you compromise your values for her approval? Or will you stand firm, unyielding in your principles? This is not a challenge to fear. It is an opportunity to prove your strength, and trust me, when you set clear boundaries, women notice. They may not say it, but they respect it deeply. Take Marcus Aurelius, for example. Despite being an emperor surrounded by advisor and flatterers, he maintained an unwavering sense of self. He did not allow others to dictate his actions or compromise his integrity. When you establish boundaries, you channel this same stoic resolve. You show that your time, energy, and values are not up for negotiation. Psychologically, setting boundaries creates a sense of stability. Women respect men who are consistent in their actions and words. If you say you don't tolerate a behavior and then enforce that boundary, you reinforce your reliability and strength on the flip side. If you allow your boundaries to be crossed, you appear weak and indecisive, a man who cannot even govern himself. Here's a harsh truth. Men without boundaries are easily manipulated. They bend over backward to please, thinking they are being kind or accommodating. But in reality, they lose respect because they fail to respect themselves. First, women are attracted to men who stand firm, not because they are controlling, but because they are grounded. Zeno of Citium, the founder of Stoicism, taught that our greatest task is to remain true to ourselves. In the face of external pressures, boundaries are your shield against those pressures. They allow you to maintain your dignity and composure no matter who you're dealing with, whether it's a casual relationship or a lifelong partnership. Boundaries set the tone for mutual respect. So, warrior, ask yourself, where are your boundaries? Are they clearly defined, or are they so vague that others can trample over them without consequence? Setting boundaries is not just a sign of strength, it's a declaration of your self-worth. And when you value yourself, others, including women, will value you. Music, 2. Sixth, master. Emotional discipline to control your emotions is to dominate life itself. It's the foundation of a high-value man, and without it, you're a slave to your impulses. Let me make this clear. Emotional outbursts are a man's fastest route to failure. They make you predictable, weak, and easily manipulated. Women can sense this. They may not say it, but they respect men who stay composed even when chaos reigns. Think about Marcus Aurelius, the Roman emperor, and one of the greatest Stoics in history. He faced betrayal, war, and personal loss. This man didn't just deal with personal loss. He was pummeled by it. He buried 8 of his 13 children. Let that sink in for a moment. 8. Imagine what it would feel like to repeatedly hold your dying child in your arms, knowing there was nothing you could do. Many of us would crumble under such heartbreak, but not Marcus. He didn't wallow in self-pity, and he didn't lash out at the world. Instead, he used his grief fuel to strengthen his resolve. Now contrast that with the modern man who throws tantrums when life doesn't go his way. His girlfriend leaves him, and he spirals into despair. He gets rejected and his ego shatters. This isn't strength, it's weakness. A high-value man doesn't let external circumstances dictate his internal state. He doesn't cry to the world about his problems. He tightens his grip and keeps moving forward. Women test your emotions, not because they want you to fail, but because they need to know you're unshakable. If you can't handle a sharp comment, a silent treatment, or a moment of rejection, how can you handle life's bigger challenges? Emotional control isn't about suppressing how you feel. It's about mastering it. Use your emotions as a weapon, not a weakness. Anger, turn it into determination. Pain, turn it into wisdom. Marcus Aurelius didn't have the luxury of falling apart. Neither do you if he could lose nearly everything and still govern an empire with grace. What's your excuse? Life will hit you. It will hit hard. But that's when you must stand firm. Emotional mastery isn't optional. It's your duty as a man. When you control your emotions, you control the narrative. You're no longer a victim of circumstance. You're the architect of your destiny. So the next time life tests you, think of Marcus standing over yet another grave, holding the weight of an empire on his shoulders and still refusing to falter. Channel that strength, be unshakable, because in the end, the world doesn't care about your pain. It cares about your resilience. Control your emotions and you'll control your life. Anything less is unacceptable. Warrior respect isn't something you beg for, it's something you command as a stoic, high-value man. You don't need validation. Because you are the validation, you lead by example. Inspire through action and remain untouchable in your strength and discipline. The world is watching, and so are the women in your life. They respect the man who respects himself first, who masters silence, who sets boundaries, and who radiates confidence without speaking a word. But this isn't just about them, it's about you. Every principle shared today is a reflection of the man you're capable of becoming. The man who commands the respect of others, because he respects himself above all. So, warrior, the challenge is yours. Walk the path of Stoicism. Live the wisdom you've heard today, and embody the respect you seek. Leave a comment below with the words, "Challenge accepted," and let the world know you're ready to rise. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and ring that notification bell. Because your journey as a high-value man has only just begun. The world respects a man who dares to respect himself. First, the question is, do you